Okay. Fabio is the marketing.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, Fabio.
Hello, Alex. Nice to
How are
meeting you.
you?
Everything
Nice,
good?
nice to meet you. Uh, can you tell me what's your goal?
Yeah, my goal is being in charge of the social media and all the market research, all the analysis, and the strategic planning for Divino Corp, for all the different brands that are involved in
No, 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 no. This is not a goal. Goal is a number.
the
This is,
number.
this is the process.
hmm
Process.
Yeah,
We don't care about the process. We care about the goal. We care
the
about the.
goal is, of course, awareness and increase the sales.
No, it's not specific.
Okay,
And awareness is not a goal. We don't
okay,
care about awareness with numbers.
okay.
If
So
you,
if
if you can achieve numbers without awareness, you superstar. If you can achieve awareness without numbers, you not a superstar.
Okay, understand. I think that it's important to know exactly what's the goal, but is in my case, for example, as a marketing strategy, the goal depends that how the team are working and how is the goal according to sales, according
No,
you know.
but right now the let's take the specific restaurant,
Mhm.
one restaurant, and tell me what's the number now and what's your goal, what you're trying to achieve, and then what are you doing to achieve
Okay.
that number.
Okay. For example, we can talk about a MIMO location. That is a MIMO location. Is our actually is the newest location that we have since 2023. Okay, so the goal at first part in the first years was being near to the break even, and of course, at that point, having the sales of more than $100,000 per month. At that point, in 2023, we did several activities, different kind of activities that are related
Sorry,
to,
sorry. This restaurant, what's the average amount of clients per day?
yeah, per day. I can talk about per month because at least now with 35.
Tell me the amount of customers last month. I will divide it by 28 days and I will see what's the average.
Yeah, the average of, the number of clients that are visiting the store, I don't have the exactly number. I can share to you later because it's an
Frank,
average.
can you show me I mean, you're the team, so you can help each other. Frank, can you tell me the average amount of customers in that restaurant that Fabio is talking about in February?
In February, I don't have the number. I know the sales. The sales is very low. We're selling 7,000 a week.
But sales is the consequences of
Yeah.
the customer. So we have to always think about not about always think about the roots. What's the root of the whole problem?
Okay. So
Okay, so okay, let's figure out ourselves. 7,000 per week,
yes,
and what's the average check?
the average checks is 35.
So 7,000 divided by 7, it's 1,000 a day. Check is 35. So it's 28 customers per day, right?
Yes, yes. I mean,
28 times
maybe
25 equals 28 times 25 equals 1,000. 1,000 times 7 equals 7,000 per week, right?
yes.
So we have to think in terms of customers per day. That's the most important and specific. Average check you cannot influence much because you understand why. So what you can influence is the amount of customers. What's the goal? How many per day do you want here customers in this
So
restaurant?
it's 30, 34 days. I mean, it will be okay with 10,000 a week. Will be fine.
So 10,000 a week. divided by 7 divided by 35. So now you have 28. You want to have 41
Customer per day.
40 customer
Okay.
a day, right? So that's who is responsible for that number? Fabio?
Okay. So that will be the goal to the marketing to bring at least 15 more people per day.
But who is the boss for this number? Fabio, you, or who in the team?
No, normally I am. Yes, I'm the boss. I haven't.
Always you have to be a boss for each number has a boss.
Okay. Right now,
And everybody else helping this boss. I'm when I was a CEO, I had bosses for different numbers, and I was helping them, not they were helping me. So I tell them, if you need my help, let me know. I will help you. But you are the boss for this number. Who is the boss for this number?
I am.
What about Fabio?
Fabio is. I will have to. I mean, right now, just like I understand that I have to give him the responsibility to bring more people. When I give him the responsibility,
you wanna make Fabio the boss for this number?
that will be, yes, correct.
Fabio, do you wanna be the boss for this number?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Do you know how to achieve 40 per day?
In that area, of course, with several strategies, we need maybe an extra budget for doing advertisement. We need an extra budget for traffic
Yes,
people.
tell me yes or no.
Of course, yes.
Can you achieve 40 per day?
Yes, of course.
What do you need for that? Do you need any additional money?
Yeah, I think so because I don't know if you had a chance to visit Miami in the last few years, but the area that is located.
I live in Miami.
Okay, so the area of Maimo, as you can see, at the beginning in 2021, 22, when
Can
Frank.
you please answer me directly and short?
Mm-hmm.
I ask you, can you achieve this number? You said yes. I said,
Yes.
do you need additional money? You have two answers, yes or no.
Of course, yes.
Yes. How much money? Just tell me. Don't tell me the story. I don't like stories.
Okay, perfect. No problem. How much I need to study the area for having that goal? Because it's important for me.
You need to study in order to tell how much money you need.
Yeah, because
How long it's gonna take for you to study?
1 week.
Okay, so next week you will come and say, in order for me to reach 40 per day, I need this budget. I'm gonna spend this budget here, 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 and there. I need this budget and this amount of time, and I will achieve this goal. Correct?
Correct.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Okay. Ximena, right? Did I pronounce it correctly?
Jimena.
Ximena. Very nice name.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Colombia.
Colombia. I had a Colombian girlfriend once in 1994.
Okay.
She was married. I was afraid that they're gonna kill me.
Oh my God.
And I was married also.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Okay, but she was hot. So what's your responsibility?
I'm M1 and also some days I'm M2.
Okay, did you see my lessons? So you already know M1, M2. Did you see my?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did you like it?
Yes.
What did you like it? What did you like about it?
It gives us a structure and organization to have responsibilities for each team and each person.
Okay, so you're responsible for all locations or all or specific location?
Right now, I'm in charge of one of the locations.
Okay,
The first one,
what's the name of the location?
Divino Ceviche Inc.
Uh-huh. And what's your number one goal? I mean, obviously you have many goals, but what's the most important? Always, guys, you have to always in any moment you have to understand what's the most important right now.
The most important right now is to bring the ticket per person to $40 and maintain it like that.
40. You have 35, but you want to bring it to 40. That's most important.
On that location, the ticket per person was on 36.
36 to 40. That's your main goal.
Yes, that's my main goal.
Okay. Do you responsible for P&L of this location or no, or not?
Yes,
So you for profit, you're responsible for profit.
yes,
So why your main goal is the average check, but not profit?
because we went through low sales on 2023. So we were like restructuring everything, including budgeting and including cost. So we went like, like changing a lot and cutting cost
So
around the
you're,
P&L.
let me ask you something. Do you
Mhm.
responsible for profit of this location or not,
Yes,
or only
it's
operational efficiency?
one of my
No,
responsibilities.
no, no, no. If profit, that if you're responsible for profit, that's the most important. Everything else is what you need to do in order to get this goal. But goal is one, profit.
Okay, then yes.
Okay, what is the profit now?
Right now it's on 24%.
Percent is not the most important. I joke in my language that you cannot put the percent in your mouth. You can put dollars in your mouth. You can buy food with the dollars, but with the percentage, you cannot buy food.
Okay,
So sometimes you can 20% in amount could be more money than 24%. You understand, right?
yes, I understand.
So that's why percent is not the most important. Most important the amount of in dollar in amount, not in percent.
Okay, in amount, it's on average,
What's the February profit?
February was 39,000.
39,000 profit.
Yes.
Frank, do you confirm this number?
Yes, yes, we did check the
Uh-huh.
P&L together.
So what's your goal in March?
My goal is to bring it to 45.
$45,000 profit in March.
Yes.
Okay. In order to accomplish that, what should be the sale?
If you can help me out with that, but I will say with the $40 per person, I can get to achieve it.
$40. You mean with the average check of $40, you can achieve it even with the same amount of clients, customers.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How many customers per day you need in order to accomplish this goal?
Okay. Can I use my calculator to
Sure.
give you the number? Thank you so much.
You can use anybody. You can use me. You can use Frank. We're all gonna help you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
AI, GPT.
I'm learning to use ChatGPT.
Yes, me too. It's amazing. That's the smartest friend I have, ChatGPT. So tell me the number or number that you want to accomplish in sales.
In sales, I want to accomplish 200 for March.
200K.
Yes,
Okay. Divided by 40 average check, right?
yes.
Divided by 40, it's 5,000. 5,000 transactions.
Mm-hmm.
5,000 divided by 31, it's 161 per day on average, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And so far, how first first 14 days of March, we already played 14 games. What's the results?
Let me give you the number right away. Right now, I have 1,084.
1,084
Yes,
customers.
yes.
Okay, 1,084 divided by 14 days, right?
Yes.
We have 77 average per day. So how can you
Correct.
accomplish 161 average per day if we have now only 77?
I'm trying to get this not more customers. I don't know if it's that the correct way to say it, but to increase the sales with the same customers I have getting into the restaurant.
But tell me this: if I like this approach. If we go with the same speed as we go now, what will be the revenue this month? Let me try to help you. So
Okay.
we have 77 per day. Is it correct, Frank?
77 per day, 40, 3,000. No, I would,
1,084 divided by 14 days, it's
yeah,
77.
I don't think that's right because normally
So
our
how many customers we had
we have,
in the first 14 days? Tell me the number. You can see it in the system. You're not you're not keeping the numbers on the napkins, right?
no,
Take
not
from the
this.
system. So in
Yeah.
the what it says in the system.
I'm not on the. I'm
I'm
not
on
on
the
the.
system.
You're on the
I
system.
have 2,197.
2,197.
Yes, customers for these 14 days.
Okay,
That
divided
makes
by
more sense.
14 times 156.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
156 per day. It's very close. You need
Yeah.
161 per day. We have 156 per day. 156 per day. So if we go with the same speed, that's I always approach. I see that's my approach. I see what's the speed that we are moving, and then I try to calculate if we move with the same speed, what will be the result? 156 times 156 times 31 days, 4,836 customers times what's the average check right now?
Right now, I have it on 39.50.
39.50 times 39.50.
But Alex,
Yes.
the the way they get into 39.50 is because they start using the method. They start learning, like putting goals to all the specialists. Now today you're gonna sell so many desserts. Today you're gonna sell so many coffees today. And actually from 35, 36, in this couple of weeks, start using that method. Start the ticket average start going up.
Started to grow. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good. So now it's 39.50.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I multiply two numbers and I have 191. So if we go with the same speed, the revenue will be 191 this month.
So we'll be
What,
short 9,000. The
what did
goal
you say, Frank?
will be short 9,000 to get to 200.
Yes, but we can improve second half of the month. I think we can reach this goal. And if we accomplish 200,000 in revenue, the profit will be how much?
Let me give you the number. 48,000.
48,000 will be the profit. 48 divided by 200, 24%. Okay, what's the organizational structure in this restaurant? You in charge? Who is under you?
The specialist.
How many?
Including back of the house.
Yeah, I just want to understand this restaurant. How many people work and who is
We are
responsible?
around 18.
18 people.
Yes.
Okay. You most of the time you are there in the restaurant?
No. Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the rest of the week?
I have 2 assistant managers.
Like yes, on that.
Assistant manager, they're in charge, but you off or you managing from home?
Monday and Tuesday, I'm managing from our quarters. And Saturday and Sundays, I'm doing my other job as a mom.
I see. So Saturday and Sunday you off, and 2 days you work remotely, and 3 days you're there, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. How many tables this restaurant have?
20.
20. How many waitresses?
I usually have on lunchtime, I have 4. And on dinners, it depends. On weekends, we have 4. And on weekdays, we have 2. If we have reservations, then we add 1 more. But they're usually 4 at lunch and 3 at dinner.
Who is in charge of the kitchen?
The M1, but we have a head cook. So he's in charge of the schedule and inventory and orders.
And how many people work in the kitchen altogether?
In one shift?
No, all together in the restaurant. And
They are 9. If I'm correct, yeah, they're 9.
nine people. And what's your experience? You managing restaurants for many years already?
I learned most of the things I know right now with the company, with Frank's company.
Mm-hmm. How long you've been
I've
working?
been working 13 years.
Oh, nice.
Since day one.
So what was your position in the beginning?
Server,
Nice. And how many years you already managing this restaurant?
8, maybe?
8 years.
Yes, 8 years.
So 8 years you're in charge of this restaurant, right?
I start um, I start working as a server in that restaurant specifically, and then after, and if Frank can help me to remind the times, after 6 years, I went to work with the corporation with him directly, and then during this 2023 that we went with the slow sales and everything, last year, in the middle of the last year, I returned to the restaurant to assist and to help over there as M1. So during this time, I've been doing M2 work.
Yeah, and before pandemic on 2019, we create a corporation group to start opening restaurants. It was Jimena, it was another girl, was my two brothers, and another chef. And then that's when we start opening the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That was on 19,
Okay.
20. Yeah,
Okay, got it. Frank, tell me please, from the 156 customers per day, how many new customers you have, or you have no idea?
I have no idea.
Uh-huh. And what's the marketing effort with
On that location,
on that location? Yes.
just just very organic. We haven't put we don't we don't put money on that one, and to one of the locations just organic, maybe some influencers, but not much.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reason we didn't, I mean, I don't know if it's a mistake or not, but we didn't want to put, because it sells good, but the problem is one of the best years, there were too many people waiting outside and there's no parking, and then we'll start creating an issue. The people start not coming back because no, there's no parking there. There's no parking there, and actually it hurts us.
Mm-hmm. But it all only on the weekend?
No, on the weeks, to day weeks, on lunchtime was was the worst.
So there is no point to do marketing on this?
Yes, on night, I don't lunch. Maybe not. Maybe on night, yes. I think we can do lunch and weekends too. Yes.
How many orders per day you have delivery?
Do you have that number here, Jimena?
From
Um,
the 156, what's the percentage is delivery?
Let me delivery. We do it outsourcing with Uber and DoorDash. We don't have it like directly with us. And if you allow me to look that info,
We try to do some ghost kitchen on the other restaurant, the one that the sales are low. I mean, if sometime we can get like a feedback from Wesley, that is the expert on that. I mean, it would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Approximately, what's the percent? 10%,
I
20%?
I have the ticket counts for the online orders for these 14 days of the month is 24.
24. Oh, only 24 delivery.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. Wesley, what do you think if he will spend couple of $1,000s on influencers? What is your opinion in this situation? Is it a good idea or not?
They said
Considering
24 a day on delivery.
not a day altogether.
Oh, for the month.
Yes.
Mm.
156 per day they have,
Mhm.
and only 24 in 14 months, in 14 days delivery.
That's the Divino, Jimena?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And I assume that the product is great because restaurant is very successful, making $50,000 profit,
Mm.
200,000 revenue. So my idea is if we spend a couple of grand on influencers per month, we can increase sales. But you an expert in in influencers in our group, so I'm asking you.
I think it would work. For us, is we just have we cut out a distribution channel because we don't have dine-in. So if you have like everything covered in terms of like the deliveries, the dine-ins, and the pickups, it will capture more in terms of influencers if you do something like that. Because we still see results even without one huge distribution channel of dine-ins.
So I recommend you, Frank, to spend $2,000 right now on influencers, and Wesley will show you what to do. Right, Wesley? You will show.
Yep, I can draw.
I mean,
Thank you.
he has a system, and it's working, picking the right influencers and paying them correctly and seeing the result. What's the results? So if you spend maybe even more, $2,000-$3,000,
Mm.
this way you will. You have to work in two separate directions at the same time. Increasing the amount of clients. You can do it through advertising. The best advertising right now is influencers, in my opinion. And working on the average check, which you are doing. So if you imagine, if you achieve both, if you increase the amount of clients to from 156 to 180 per day times 31 times an average check, and it's possible, it's very realistic. Average check now, and you achieve $40 in average check, right? So your revenue will be 223, not 200, 223, and you will make from this 23 extra $1,000 of revenue, probably will make 50% net profit because it's an additional revenue. So you will make probably 11 or 12 more $1,000 profit in this location. So by increasing from 156 to 180, which is possible. What's your busiest day?
Friday and weekends. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And what's the average, what's usual amount of customers on that day?
I don't know.
Fridays, I can say,
Can
is
you
around
check right now?
150.
150?
150 to 160 on Fridays, on average.
What about Saturday?
Let me check on Saturdays.
Check last Saturday. Or check tomorrow. Yeah, check yesterday. Check Yesterday was Friday. What? How many?
Friday. Yesterday we
I'm trying
have,
to understand capacity. Can you can you serve 200 per day?
yes, yesterday we did 210.
Okay, so you can. My goal with this restaurant, if I would be the manager of this location, my goal would be to achieve 100 per day. So
Okay.
I would do tattoo on my hand, tattoo 240, two numbers, 240. So I focus 240, 200 times 31, 6,200 times 40, $248,000 revenue on this location is your achievable goal. From the one hand, use influencers. On the other hand, to increase the amount of transaction. On the other hand, use what you are doing successfully. You will achieve $40. I already see. With the additional $50,000 of revenue, you will make maybe 25 additional $1,000. So the profit of this restaurant will be $75,000. 75 divided by 250, 30%. This restaurant will do 30% net profit. So if I would be your boss, Frank, your goal would be
30% profit.
to achieve not 30%, to achieve 75,000 in net profit.
25,000.
You can do it with 1%. You can do it with 50%. Is not the most important. The money is important. 75K. And I'm showing you how. I'm showing you what you need to do. Influencers heavy. You have a great product because the restaurant is many years. How old is this restaurant?
13.
13 years.
13. People know the restaurant, the consistency, everything is great. You can just go to the next level. Easy.
Perfect.
Who will be responsible for influencers? You or Fabio?
We'll make Fabio work with that on the influence.
Okay, next week show me the progress, but not just by talking, showing the screen. Like Wesley has screen, has all the metrics. How many influencers did you contact? With how many did you make a deal? When is the next post? I mean, everything should be in very specific. So Fabio will work on influencers. Jimena, did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes.
Yeah, Jimena will work on the average check. And we will try to accomplish step by step. It's gonna take maybe a few months, but you can make $75,000 profit on this location. We'll help you with the rest of the company, this money, right?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Nice to meet you. Let's move on. Leron, how are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Okay. So, yeah, I would say nothing, I guess, too specific. I have some points, so I'll go over it with you. But in our Nomad location, sales have gone up pretty significantly. We went from doing around 22,000 a week to now we're doing like 31,000 a week.
Great.
Yeah, so it's you know, it's turning around now, so it's looking pretty good. Lunch sales have gone up. So yeah, and I'm
What's the main reason, or few reasons?
I think
Marketing,
season.
management,
No,
season.
season.
Okay.
Yeah. Until now, we still have not hired a marketing director. I've interviewed a number of people. It looks like one person might be hired in the next couple of days. So I'm looking forward to that. Everything we've done until now has pretty much been organic. We haven't done any influencer marketing in months and months. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But
How old is this location?
the location I'm talking about is 7 months.
7 months. And did you do marketing in the beginning?
Yeah, well, when we just opened, we did a lot of influencer marketing, and then we stopped.
Did it work?
Yeah. Why we stopped?
Because you
know.
don't have marketing director. You cannot do everything yourself.
You're right about that. You're right about that. I know I need to hire a marketing director ASAP, because if we're doing, you know, the numbers that we're doing now, at a third, so we have a similar price point to Frank, $35 per guest, and you know, we're seeing like 130 customers a day. I think that with the right marketing in place, we could probably get those numbers up much higher.
200. Your next goal is 200.
Yeah.
Make it a 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my goal. I just, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's really about finding the right person. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but hiring the right person that can get us to that point, I think is going to be the key.
You mean right marketing director?
Yeah.
I just would hire smart person.
Right.
Doesn't have to necessarily to need to have an experience in marketing. Just have to be a smart person and follow the process. It's more management than marketing. Managing contacting contacting the influencers, making deal with them. It's just a smart person.
You're 100% right. That makes a lot of sense.
You don't need somebody who can create brands. You don't need somebody like that.
Yeah.
It's management.
I agree. And I think I have the right person for that. Now that we're talking about it, I think we can start right away. So I'm excited to do that.
So basically, I would ask Wesley if he doesn't mind to maybe to create to have a additional session, or maybe we can do it here, so he will show the system how he does it, because we help each other here in the group.
I would really appreciate that.
Because what he created, it's better to just to copy than to reinvent the wheel.
I agree.
But you need, anyway, you would not do it yourself. You need to hire somebody, or to have somebody who will do it. Wesley has somebody. You should have somebody. Frank, have Fabio.
Yeah, I have the right person in mind, and you know, I like that we're saying that, because this entire time I'm thinking, hey, you know, I have to find the right person with the right experience, and doing that is, you know,
to look for marketing director. Why do you need marketing? My philosophy, I just hire talented, smart people, and I teach them.
Yeah. Interesting you say that, because that's my philosophy too. Every good person I've ever hired came with no experience and just the right attitude. So
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Right attitude and right IQ. Of course, has to be smart
Right. Right.
and ambition, desire to work hard. Okay.
Why don't I share this email that I had with my M2 yesterday, and you tell me if you think I handled it properly. So to give
Okay.
you a little, I'll give you a bit of backstory. Uh, we have 2 locations running right now, and we've realized that our first location needs a culture shift. Why do we need a culture shift? Because we feel like the staff there is not to the standard that we have in our new location, and we think it's time to make some changes.
Standard shift on the first location. Second is better than first, right?
That's right.
Why second is better than first in your opinion?
The first one developed habits from the past that that we need to change. With the second one, we were able to train people from the beginning the right way.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Show me the email.
Okay. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so let me just tell you a little bit more about it. We decided we want to do a culture shift. We decided that it starts in the kitchen. We received a 1-star review last week about an order taking longer than it should have for takeout. That got me very upset. Thank God I was able to get them to remove the feedback. The review, I'm sorry, on Google, because we're very focused right now on getting our reviews to 4.9 stars. Anyways, so we spent about 3 hours in the kitchen during prime time last night, where we noticed a couple of things. So I emailed her today. I said, good work yesterday. I think we both understand what changes need to be made in order for us to execute our plan. So feel free to take the night off, because we were going to go there tonight too. But I saw everything that I needed to see. I feel like I have. Step 1, we need to replace our kitchen staff. Some of the people that we have there, they don't.
Just a second. Hold
Yeah.
on, Miron. Let me. It's too fast.
Yeah,
Sorry.
of course.
Good
Of course.
work yesterday. I think we both understand that changes need to be made in order for us to execute our plan. So feel free to take the night off. Oh, she requested night off before?
You know what, Alex? She didn't request the night off, but she has the right. So the idea was that we were going to work there last night and again tonight. But there's nothing to do unless we take the necessary steps. We can go back there tonight. We'll see the same shit, and it won't really matter. My point. You understand what I mean? Because
How many days per week she's working?
she works 3 days a week.
And the rest of the days she's off?
She's in school.
So she's part-time managing this restaurant.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to talk to you about that too. She's managing this restaurant part-time, but she plays the biggest role in this entire operation. Because, so to give you some backstory about her, she came to me as somebody with no experience. She just came to like work in the kitchen, wash dishes, do whatever I was willing to pay her for. I saw that she was a smart girl and she had the right attitude. She became the manager. She managed the restaurant, the first location, for a little bit over a year and a half, maybe 2 years. At which point she decided she wanted to move on and focus on school. She did that. We opened our second location. I reached out to her and I said, I'd love for you to get involved on a part-time basis, because I know her ability. With her on board, I'm able to execute so much more efficiently because I get to play the role of M3. When she's not there, I had to be M2, sometimes even M1, a lot of times even M1. So anyways, I got her back on board. So now she's working 3 days a week, but she handles, just so that we're clear, she does payroll, scheduling for both locations. And then inventory goes through her as well. So M1's basically send her inventory. So she handles all of that. Onboarding new staff, She really does a lot. And then in a situation like this is a perfect example. I spent the night in the kitchen with her yesterday. I tell her step 1, 2, 3, 4, go execute it, and she does it flawlessly. She's very meticulous in how she goes about what I ask her to do.
How old is she?
In her early 20s.
So she's in charge of both locations, but second location is better.
Second location's better.
So why she cannot do the same in this first location?
Listen, well, I'll tell you a few things. So number one, you have to take into account location, strength of location. In the second location, we have a nice lunch rush, which we don't have in the first location because the area is just different, right? A lot of more people, a lot of more movement in the second location for lunch, people looking for a quick lunch and that kind of thing. So that's one thing. Not to say that that's
No,
ultimately
I'm not
been
talking about numbers. I'm talking about operationally. You're saying that operationally, second is better than first. Why operationally she cannot do the same in the first one?
I think it's because of exactly the reason why we went there last night. I think we need a culture shift. We need to make changes, get people out, get new people in, retrain them.
Why she's not changing the people in the first location?
We're doing that now.
Why we, if she's managing? Why are you saying we?
She's not.
So basically, it's your decision. She's just your decision, and you use her hands to do it, but not her decision.
She needs my guidance, which is okay for me because
So why you not changing?
Well, I am. Why didn't I over the last few months? That's a good question. And I think that most of my focus and attention has been on the new location, which, we can say is my fault, but, I'm here and
so basically you realized just yesterday that it has to be done, but before you were not sure.
Yeah, so to be clear, we had an M1 at the first location who we thought can do a good job. Then we realized that it's not going like we anticipated. So maybe that helped answer the question. We gave it a try. So we realized that the M1 is not fit for the position, and now we're making changes.
Mm-hmm. What's her name or his name?
Her name is Tema.
No, not Tema. M1.
Wendy.
Wendy?
Yeah.
So you need to change Wendy.
I need to change. Well, not necessarily. We realized we originally wanted to change her, but then we did some deeper digging and realized, why don't we put her in the kitchen, because we need some stronger players in the kitchen. So we talked to her and she was willing to do that. And I'm happy about that because I think she's better fit for that. Obviously, if that doesn't work, then, we can get rid of her. But I think her strength will be better suited for the kitchen.
Okay, let me read the out loud email. Replace kitchen staff. Step 1. In order for our supervisors to do their job, we need to bring in new kitchen staff who will be trained properly from day one on quality and pace. In order for our supervisor to do their job, we need to bring... Who is supervisors? How many supervisors do we have?
So we have 2 in mind, Wendy and one more. The other one works in the kitchen now. But the reason why I say that is because we can't do anything with the current team we have now. It's impossible. They don't understand pace. They work, they do all day what we do in new location in 2 hours. It takes them forever. So, and
tell me, please, how many people work in this restaurant?
So at one time,
no, all together, all shifts.
Like the entire staff, total staff,
yes, entire staff, yes.
We have about I want to say 10 to 13 people. About.
10 to 13 staff. The revenue of this location 130 times 31 times $35 per hour, right? Per order.
Yeah, per person, not per order.
$140,000. 140.
What 140?
140,000 expected revenue.
With the amount of staff that I have?
No. Just using your number. Your numbers. You said 130 orders per day times 31 day.
Yeah.
Times $35. It's 140.
That's about right.
140K. What's the expected profit?
The expected profit is 30%.
30%. So 42K. Okay. So why don't you hire, instead of playing the kindergarten and wasting your time, why don't you hire just a good manager for this location who would handle all this Wendy and all these problems? Why do I need to waste your time?
Because I think
Tema will be, yes, I understand she's your like operational assistant.
Yeah.
It's great that you have this operational assistant above all locations, but on each location, you should have a mature manager who can do everything
Yeah, that's true.
with your
But
guidance.
so well, my guidance is directed towards Tema, and then Tema executes
Yes,
everything.
Tema can guide, yes.
Yeah, because then I'm talking to too many people. I rather not, right? I realize that me being too close to the staff is not good. It works
It's
against
not
me.
good, yes.
Yeah.
And it's not scalable.
And it's not scalable, exactly. So at this point, I'm really all about creating managers from
But
within.
Tema is also, she's part-time, 3 days. It's working now.
Yeah.
But when you have 5, 10 more locations, it will not work.
No, I know that.
Yeah, girl, she needs to go to school. It's probably right decision.
Yeah.
Even though it's questionable. If she has such a good opportunity, growing company, and she can be chief operation officer.
Yeah.
She can go to school part-time and work full-time. But it's her decision.
It's her decision. I think eventually she's gonna, if she hasn't already realized that, I think she will soon.
How much money you pay her?
I pay her right now $25 an hour.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how much you need to pay to have a mature manager being responsible, totally responsible for this location under whatever her, you can bring this person here on Saturdays.
Let me tell you. So I have a very responsible M1 at the second location. So now what we're doing is we're moving him to work in both locations. Yeah, to the first location for a little bit, just to shift the culture and train the new staff. My whole belief is all about creating managers, not hiring managers.
Yes, I also like to grow people.
Yeah.
Much better, always much
Yeah.
better.
So that's my goal. I want to grow somebody.
So what's his name?
His name is K.
K?
Caniso is his name, but
K.
we call him K.
K. Yeah. Okay, K. How much you pay him?
K is getting paid like $17 an hour. He just got a raise.
And he's full-time?
He is full-time, yes.
He's managing second location.
Yeah.
Total full responsibility, everything is doing
He's more like a floor manager, service manager. He doesn't really focus on the kitchen. I have a kitchen M1 also in the second location. So what K does is focuses on service, on the team.
But do you
front of
have
house.
problem on the first location? You have problem with both, with floor and kitchen, or only floor?
I would say both. I would say both.
Can K manage kitchen also and the floor?
No, but in my email that I wrote, there's a clear-cut system to fix both front of house and back of house. We just need to grow managers from within the location. It might take a little
On
bit
the
of time.
second location, you have K. He is good floor manager or great,
Right.
and you have good kitchen manager also.
That's right.
What's his or her name?
Kitchen manager,
Yes,
Ricky.
Ricky. So that's the success. You have two good managers.
That's true.
And on the first location, your floor is bad and kitchen is bad.
I wouldn't say bad, but just not up to standard, and I think we need to
Okay.
improve it.
B. On the second location, A. On the first location is B.
That's right.
So what's your plan? What you decided to do in order to make it an A on the first location?
So the plan,
Imagine that I'm your boss, and imagine that I would fire you in a week if you will not do it.
yeah, I have a very clear-cut picture. So back to the email that I was sending her, I'll just go over it briefly with you. So step 1 is replace the kitchen staff. Step 2 is to
But
appoint.
who's gonna do it?
Oh,
It's not the right approach to replace the kitchen. It's right. The right approach is to appoint kitchen manager, right kitchen manager, and a kitchen manager, and he will
Yeah.
change the staff, or maybe they will under his management they will start working well. Sometimes it's just a leader problem. Maybe the people are okay, they need different leader.
So take a look at this. That maybe I had the steps wrong, but step 2, appoint prep supervisors that will push prep pace throughout the day. All prep.
Supervisor is a kitchen manager.
Yes,
It's the same.
same thing. However, we
Appoint
want to
prep
label it.
supervisor. Okay, appoint the prep supervisor. Who is she supposed to appoint?
We have people in mind already, but yeah, well, I basically told her who to appoint.
From somebody from the kitchen staff, right?
Yeah,
Somebody.
these two people, Wendy and Norman. So if it's okay, let me just run through this.
Okay,
And you
okay.
tell me what you think. So
Yes. Okay.
back to the first one. So replace kitchen staff. In order for our supervisors to do their job, we need to bring in new kitchen staff who will be trained properly from day one, quality and taste. Wendy can supervise on her days, and Norman can supervise if we bring staff. He does not have authority.
Let's read it. It's better.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna read my page so I understand. He does
Okay.
not have authority over Carlos, which is the problem. We will bring new staff and train them properly from day one. I believe he can manage. He does not have authority. Who is Carlos?
Carlos has been there longer than Norman, but Carlos needs to go because he doesn't speak English, and it's
Okay.
just it's been a problem always.
Replace kitchen staff in order for appoint prep supervisor to push prep pace throughout the day. All prep
Yeah.
will be completed no later than 6.
So I want to say something about that. I noticed yesterday that they're still doing preparation during the rush hours. So in our restaurant on a Friday night from 6 to 9 p.m., all prep should be completely finished. We should not be prepping anything. We should only be focused on tickets only.
I got it. Let me go. Train supervisors. We need to go over our kitchen system with the supervisors so that they can train the new staff properly. Who's supervisors again? Forgot.
Wendy and Norman.
Supervisor in the kitchen.
Yeah, these two people right here, Wendy and Norman.
Need to go over our What's FOH team?
Front of house.
Floor.
Servers.
I didn't like
servers
the
with.
energy from floor team yesterday. It felt off. No one is smiling and they look uncomfortable, which is also. I like for K to work. Okay, this is the perfect example of micromanagement, which is terrible, especially for you, for the person who wants to build a big company. If you want to stay small, that's you will be with this email. I will give you the championship of small businesses. That's the right way. Micromanagement in a small business. But knowing you, first of all, you want big company. You don't like your typical entrepreneur who wants speed. So this is very bad. This is micromanagement. In management, you have to remember, guys, the less is more. The less is more. Here, too many. You micromanage. You tell them do this, do this, do this. Instead of what you wrote, you just have to appoint one person who, and this person's supposed to know what to do. So you have to appoint the person who will come and tell you, I was in the kitchen yesterday and in the restaurant yesterday. This was bad. This was bad. This was bad. I will fix this. That's how I'm gonna fix it. And you say, okay, that's the person you need. As a maximum, as a minimum, you need a person that you will tell, not in writing. You just can you turn off the
That sound.
yes, very difficult. Thanks. In the minimum, you need to person that you will tell, not in writing. You just tell this. Okay, I will do it, and that's it, and we'll fix it. That's who you need. But that's the worst thing that is happening. You have nothing to do. You have two restaurants. They're working pretty good. You have nothing to do. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to all of you guys. And you start instead of growing the business faster, you start focusing on this bullshit things which you can hire person, and I mean thousands of people can do this job. Very few people can do what you already did: create a brand, start taking a risk, started the company. That's very few people can do. So you only have to spend your time in the zone where nobody can do. You cannot delegate talking to investors. You cannot delegate opening the third restaurant, fourth one, fifth one. You cannot delegate education. You cannot hire somebody who instead of you will listen to me, and no, you learn. You have to learn yourself. That's what you need to do. But this, just hire the right person, and that's it. And forget about this restaurant. I have 700 locations. Can you imagine me thinking about every location? Just hiring the right people. I mean, they're for sale, right? People are for sale. People like you, who entrepreneurs, are not for sale. Cannot find. You cannot buy. I cannot buy you. I cannot buy your time, but I can. You can buy their time.
I do want to say one thing about that. So only because we're still in the early going, I only have 2 locations, and I do have some time now, although I understand your point and I shouldn't be using my time on that. But I've developed experience in role of every position, let alone M1, M2. And for us, I think rather than hiring a manager that's going to handle all this, which is doable, back to my point about growing them from within, I think in order for me to grow them from within, first of all, I set the standards of how we want to operate. Yes, I can hire somebody to come in and create the standards, but we've already went through it all and we've already seen it all. And I've been in that position. I don't think anybody knows my business the way that I do. I think, and I also think that once I put these systems in place, like I'm doing right now, I think the work that I'm doing right now is going to live forever.
It's gonna
So
what?
it's going to live forever. It's going to continue forever. Like, for example, the second location, once you create the standard, they follow the standard, and new people that come in, this is the standard that they follow. So yeah.
Okay, I got it. If I were you,
Yeah.
I would tell Emma, do you agree that the second location is performing on the A level and second is B level? She would say,
Yeah.
yes. Can you can you within 1 or 2 weeks fix it? I give you full responsibility. Do whatever fuck you want. That's how I manage. That's why I'm growing the manager. You micromanaging Tema, and maybe that's why she is in college, because I mean, if you tell her this is the goal, 2 weeks has to be on the A level, do anything you want, then she will grow. Then she will grow much faster as a manager. Maybe she would quit college and start, because she would feel happy as a manager. But you tell her every step what to do. That's what I would do. I feel from what you told me about her, that she is capable. If you give her this assignment, she's capable. Don't tell her what to do. Tell her what's the goal.
Yeah. I think no question she'll be able to figure out. If I took that approach, I have faith that she will figure out what to do. Why I give guidance, I don't know. Easy for me to give my input.
Yeah, it's easy, but you're not growing her as a manager. When you tell every step, like in this email, they just become your assistants, but they're not thinking with their head. They're not growing as the managers. In order for a person to grow as a manager, you give the goal, you tell the goal. First you ask, do you agree that this location is performing on the A level, this is on the B? Yes. Why? Tell me why. She said, because this is. So you align the vision, you align that you see the same things. And then you ask, can you fix it? I give you full authority. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to interfere. I'm not going to micromanage. How long? Yes. How long you need? 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Okay, do it. That's what I would do. You cannot imagine how smart people can grow if you give them responsibility, real responsibility, not to be your just assistants doing without thinking what you tell them to do, deciding what needs to be done. But you have to just tell what you want. I want perfect feedback from customers. I want. You just tell them not how. You tell them what, but not how to do it.
And let them get there.
Yes, and let them decide how they want, and that's how learn grow as a manager. You need to grow managers. That's the only way. Even if you have a lot of money, you would not be able to scale if you didn't grow the people. But you know that's the only way to grow people is let them decide how. You decide what, they decide how. When your company over $100 million and sell, you would be able to hire CEO if you want, if you need it. Maybe you would want to be a CEO, but at that point you can hire a guy or girl who can tell what. So you don't need to do anything. The CEO will tell what, and everybody else will figure out how. Until then, you should tell what, and they should figure out how.
You know, I will tell you this. While I don't disagree with what you're saying, I think that that's a very good approach to doing it. I am learning through the process myself in teaching her, where if she leaves, I just take what I created and just give it to the next person. So,
But let her create. Not
right,
let her create and put it in writing. So if she leaves, it's still in the company. Just
right.
just talk about the standards all the time. I want perfect feedback. I want speed, 5 minutes or whatever, preparation speed. Just talk about goals and have people who can figure out how to achieve your goals.
Yeah. I agree. I don't generally like to
Guys,
spoon feed
listen,
people.
I'm not telling you that that's the only way. I'm telling you that I scaled from 10 locations to 700 locations in 6 years. 6 years using this method. I'm not saying that that's the only method. Maybe for you, this method is not, maybe you don't like it. There are many methods, but I'm sure. I'm sure that Ray Kroc and did it differently. And what's his name? Who Starbucks, scale Starbucks. You know this guy. I mean, probably used a different. Everybody has their own method. I'm telling you my method. I don't go too much into detail. I are smart people, and I saw that that's what they want. The talented manager exactly doesn't want you to tell him what to do, how to do it. He wants you to tell him what to do. What do you want? And imagine I'm your boss, Liron. Imagine. You would hate if I tell you how to do it. You would love if I tell you what to do. You would quit right away. Wesley, you, Frank, you will all quit if I start telling you how to do it. If you ask me, Alex, how would you do it? Yes, but if I start telling you, go there, write this letter, sign this, you would hate. So the people, the good managers, exactly like that. Yes, Liren.
I agree. I agree 100%. Sometimes spoon feeding people, you're only hurting them. You're not helping them, because having them get to that point on their own is how they learn. And you still get to the same result because, you know, they figure it out, or you help them figure it out and you analyze
Better
what they did.
results because they're growing, and
Yeah.
and then they can manage 10 locations, one
And
person.
and I didn't think about it from the perspective that she would probably enjoy that more, which matters to me. I want her to enjoy the process because that's, what drives people.
She would quit school. Trust me, because school she is not enjoying a lot, but
Right.
here now she's not enjoying too much work and not enjoying too much school, and she's not enjoying to work because you tell her you micromanaging her. That's what I saw. Control freak.
Yeah, it's funny because I think that I'm over here and I kind of tell her what to do and she goes and does it. And I'm like, wow, I'm doing nothing. And it's that constant battle as like an entrepreneur, like,
Do
damn,
more
I'm
of
not doing.
nothing. The more of nothing you do, the better. Then you
Yeah.
start thinking about like growing yourself
Yeah.
full time. You know what I'm doing every day? Full time. The only one thing is growing myself. Because when you grow yourself, you become your ambition is growing, your energy grows, you want to build something bigger.
What do you do to grow yourself?
Everything the most important is awareness. I'm aware of what I'm doing every second, what I'm saying every second, and I'm trying to do it better. I'm trying, whatever I'm doing today, I'm trying to do better than I did yesterday. That's number one. Number two, minimum 3 hours a day. I'm learning from somebody, from my teachers, which is the most important priority. Because I know that this is the, if I grow, I will make better decisions today, and if I make better decisions, I will do my actions will be better and results will be better. So that's the only way to have better results, is to make better decisions. The only way to make better decisions is to have a better mindset. In order to have better mindset, I need to learn from the people who have better mindset, who think on the different level than me. So I'm minimum 3 hours a day. I'm listening to people who are on a different level than me, different level of thinking. The more hours I listen to them, I'm gradually, my level of thinking gradually is growing also. And I'm making automatically better decision, automatically better results.
Are those people Russian speaking or English?
No, most of them English speak. Buffett is number one, my teacher, Warren Buffett, and Charlie Munger. I'm trying to every day to read or listen. This is like a Jesus and Buddha of business, but it's very difficult to read them and to listen, because it's very concentrated information. I need to force myself all the time to, but I'm growing. I know that that I'm growing every second that I read or listen to what they're saying. I'm growing. Automatically, I make better decisions, and automatically, I get better results. So that's where I spend my time. Plus, I love to teach. I teach every day, and when I teach, I learn. I'm not sure who is learning more right now, you or me. Maybe we are both, but I'm learning a lot when I teach, because different businesses, different situations, my understanding of business become every day better and better and better and better. So that's, if again, if you want to build a big company, if you want to build a small company, that's perfect. Micromanagement, hiring as cheap people as possible, so you squeeze the most profit on one location or two locations. It's totally different approach. I'm bad in managing small company. I would lose to the in the championship. I would lose if I had one location and he has one location. I would lose because it's boring for me. In order to win, you have to love it.
I mean, I'm pretty bored right now, but I think what's standing behind between me and building this big company, like I already know I should be on to my next location. I think getting an investor on board, I think is my next big step. So that's, now that we have the investor presentation set up, I think I'm ready to do that full blown. Yeah.
So wake up every morning and answer the question: what is the most important things I need to do today in order for me to have 100 locations, like in few years, whatever? timeline is not so important. I mean, I'm not a big fan for exact timeline.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of doing the right thing every day.
I mean, I think if I was to answer that, I would say that it's just about securing an investor.
So focus on this.
Yeah.
Number one, investors. Number two, hiring the maybe number two is giving Tema responsibility to fix the first location. That's how I would write down in my list of actions for today if I were you. You see, that's the big things, not small things. She's talented. 20 years old girl.
Yeah.
How you describe her, she's very talented. Don't lose her.
I know.
I have manager who made me tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah. I would pay her anything. Honestly.
And they're not expensive. They're just regular
Yeah.
people having salary, but what they produce for the company is unbelievable.
Yeah, she's not driven by money even. She just likes doing it. She's very organized and everything. Can I just touch on one more thing before
Yes,
we move
yes,
on?
course.
I have another restaurant. It's called Sweet Fish. It's in South Brooklyn. And I've never been more perplexed with a decision in my life because this restaurant originally became a staple in the neighborhood. It was on the main street, Sid Bay Road. Your son knows what it is.
Yeah, I know. Also, I lived a
Okay.
lot of
So,
years in that area.
okay. So we were on Sheepshead Bay Road. We were called Pokestop. And then COVID happened. We had a problem with the landlord. We had to leave. And we had to do it quick. So I went to a location, Avenue Z in East 12th. There's no restaurants there. It's just a terrible location. It is what it is. Um, and it doesn't fit for poke bowls. So right now, the restaurant just breaks even. It doesn't make money. It doesn't lose money. It just does nothing. It just stays what it is. People love it. The ones, the loyal customers that go there, they love it. But I feel like I need to do something about it because I don't want to waste
Sell it.
time, energy. But who's going to buy? Well, I mean, I feel like nobody's going to buy it because the location sucks. Yeah. So I'm thinking about changing the concept and doing something a little bit more elevated for the neighborhood.
Yes, change the concept. It's also, yes, totally. I mean, if you have a long-term rent, right?
Yeah.
And what's the size?
About 1,500 square
If
feet.
it's a bad location, maybe it's a bad location in terms of dine-in restaurant, but on the delivery, it could be good. For delivery, it could be okay location.
Yeah. We only do delivery at this location. The dine-in is just terrible. But it's also because it's like a lunch food, so it's a bad location for lunch food. I feel like if I elevate the concept, it's going to be better. The location will be better because it becomes a destination. People don't need to be on the main street when you're a destination. When you're a quick meal, Chipotle, whatever, you need to be convenient. And you need like a poke bowl, like what I'm selling now. It has to be convenient for people. I work here, I eat here, go back to work, and it's got to be on the main street. So if we elevate the concept into something higher grade, it becomes a destination.
Now you sell poke bowls?
Poke bowl, sushi, ramen.
And what's the average check?
About $25 to $30.
So what do you have in mind?
What I have in mind, have you been to Makoto?
Sushi restaurant?
Yeah, Bell Harbor.
Bell Harbor, Makoto. Remind me what's Bell Harbor, yes, but remind me what kind of restaurant is it?
Sushi and Asian
Oh,
fusion.
on the
Yeah.
upper floor, yes.
They
yes,
they
yes.
just moved. They just moved there. It's one of my favorite restaurants when I go to Miami.
But this is high-end restaurant.
This is high end. I want to do a version of that, just not as elevated, just something a little bit below that, but offer a similar fusion style.
It's
Have
gonna
you heard of Pub Belly?
who?
Pub Belly? It's also big in Miami. Anyways, I
No.
thought that would help explain the concept,
But it's gonna take a lot of your time.
you know, I'm worried about that.
I mean, if you decided to scale, you have to focus. Focus is
Yeah.
the most important. Focus is the most important, and focus is the most difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
And focus is saying no, not saying yes, saying no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a concern of mine.
So that's why it's better to sell. Did you lose money on this restaurant, or you made money overall?
Overall, you can say I made money. Not much. I guess the only thing driving me into that decision is if I build something that I can then go and scale that too. But maybe that's
Not now. Maybe later, when you already scaling the first the
kamikaze.
Temakasi concept, then you can start. For example, when we had like 300 or 400 sushi locations, I was bored and I decided to start building pizza chain, and we already have 30 or 40 pizza locations. Because I was bored, because I had great managers. They were doing everything. I didn't want to interfere. But not now. But not now. Maybe later you can do this.
Yeah, because all it would take is for me to secure one investor who wants to open up 5 locations, and then I have no time to do that. Before you know it, that can happen.
Exactly.
any
And
day.
now it takes a lot of time. You're thinking constantly about this location.
Yeah.
That's my advice. But obviously, if you decided to, if you put a lot of energy and you change the concept, you can make it success. But yes, but it's much better to focus on the scaling.
Unless I had the right person that can do it for me. Right.
No, you would not be able to find the right person. On this stage, only you can do it. You cannot hire somebody.
I agree.
You can hire people for managing, like fixing the first location, like
Yeah.
But entrepreneur you can't hire, and only entrepreneur can come up with a concept. In the beginning is the crucial role of entrepreneur. But most important, the successful entrepreneurs, they evolve. They start as an entrepreneurs doing everything themselves, and then they evolve gradually to managers, but not micromanagers. If they evolve to micromanagers, then it's going to be small business. They evolve to leaders. Leader is telling what he wants, and then the managers, they can do it. But most of the entrepreneurs, they're not evolving. They started correctly, doing everything themselves, and then they continue being like working like an entrepreneur. And if I ask you, Liron, who are you? You will say, I'm entrepreneur. But that's a mistake. You were entrepreneur when you now you have to think yourself as a leader, as a manager. Basically, leader is the number one person in the organization. Under him, managers. But leader for whom? Leader for managers. And in order for them to respect you as a leader, you have to give them a lot of freedom to do the way they want to do it. They want to do it, but you just tell them what you want. Then they will respect you as a leader. They would love working with you. And you attract totally different quality people. You will attract great managers. And maybe one of them will become a leader in the future. But less likely. I could not raise, I raised so many good managers, but nobody could become a CEO of the whole company. CEO, I had to bring from outside. Because it's
Why is that?
totally different skills. It's a skills that, because I brought a CEO who is even better than me manager. And I could not teach, I only can teach what I know. But I needed, when the company was $200 million in revenue, I had to bring somebody who had more experience in managing than me. He is not an entrepreneur, but I'm better than him entrepreneur, but he's better than me manager. No emotions, numbers. I also love numbers, but I have more leadership style. And that's why and also my team is also like that. But I need somebody who could bring the company to the next level. I'll give you an example. I'm not so good in automatization. For example, maximum that I could achieve is one manager for 3 restaurants. One manager, 3 restaurants. My CEO, who is running the company now, he has one manager for 8 or 10 restaurants. For example, where I had 5 kitchen staff, he has 3 or 2 right now for the same amount of work. Because he has a mathematical, physics, whatever, engineer mind, and that's why I had to bring somebody like that. He's McDonald's level. Everything automatic. As little people as possible.
I've gotten very good at that over the years too.
Very good.
I'm all about working with people.
And I hired him right before the war started. When war started, we didn't have we had huge problem with the staff because most men went to war, and because of him, he was able to decrease the same sales, 50% less staff. I would not be able to do it. myself, but he did it. And less managers, probably like 3 times less managers than I had.
You have to really know operations to do that kind of stuff. You know, you build businesses and that's what your strength is, but for someone like that, you have to understand, okay, don't
And
do this, or do
he
this.
is not from food business.
Oh, really?
No, he's not from food business. He was managing $2 billion in revenue pharmaceutical company. Before he was the CEO of number 3 in the world alcohol company, 3rd largest alcohol company. So not from restaurant. Just this high level management mind. Like IT programmer mind. Okay, guys, let's move on. Thank you, Leron.
Thank you.
Bernard.
How are you, Alex? Good morning.
How are you? Nice to see
Good.
you.
Good. So we did a lot of things during this week. Number one that we're focusing on is like we were talking last time is new customers, and as well we're doing a lot of changes with the call center in order to identify new customers, and especially having people's information, because you talked to me last time about how there were active customers, passive, and old customers after 90 days. So in order for our system to track them properly, besides just the name, it's with the phone number we can categorize them even better and keep them on track. So we're doing that, as long as adding them to our rewards program to keep them on our other database, and just get more information out of them, because then we can attribute the sales to that particular customer, and how often and all that. And so we work on that. It's still not 100% done, but I feel confident we're moving in the right direction. It should be done by next week. And as far as operation go, now that I just listened you guiding Leroy on how to do that and handle that, I'm pretty confident that that's the same approach I needed to do. Because on the report, Zoe's right there. She sends me some operational reports on a daily basis. And I have the same problem. My second store does better operationally than my first location, right? They do everything that is asked of them, and they, out of the 10 tasks, they do 10. Store 1 out of the 10, they do 6, right? So, and they have more staff, so it's just a problem over there, and I know how I need to address that. Just go to the manager and be like, okay, here's the problem. It can be done because over here they're doing it. You guys are not. You have 2 weeks. Figure it out.
And numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
So you just show the numbers and tell what kind of numbers do you need. Can
Yeah.
you do it? I'm not gonna interfere. I give you full authority. I need numbers. These numbers. I'm not talking about sales. Sales. I mean,
No.
I'm talking about operations.
Yeah.
Where is full and total control of this person?
Yeah. So we're gonna give that to Seth though. Yeah. I'm not making it's not about sales, because sales, these one is that makes the most money and everything. These one doesn't. But operation doesn't matter that it makes money. It needs to be operating at a highest level as well. And that's what we're gonna fix right now. So in the next 2 weeks, we should have everything taken care for that location. And as far as marketing, we are changing our whole approach. Right now, we are betting heavily on SEO, getting more, ranking better, in our media, we're changing the whole strategy. Lucy's over here as well. She works with us. She's our marketing director. We are doing what Wesley's doing. We're reaching out to influencers as well as we are creating a whole new strategy on how to capture people and get their information. Um, and we're trying to have a very a strong media presence attacking different sectors of people, right? Or getting to different type of people and just dominating the space. And right now sales are up because it's seasonal. Every year March that happens. That's why this year what we decided to do, since we're changing our whole approach, is decrease our marketing budget and reallocated that money in some other forms of marketing. And the results are being there because now we're increasing our database, which is the most important thing. And also sales are still there. Sales are still there. They're still high, and they're even higher because it's March. So it was very nice. It was very nice. It was the perfect time to do it with the knowledge you have shared with us.
Mm-hmm. Great, great. Do you have specific questions for me?
No, not right now. I mean, I had some, but you already addressed those with the way I saw you dealing with Frank and Leroy. So I believe I'm solid for this week.
Mm-hmm. By the way, guys, if you during the week have urgent situation, urgent question, you can in our chat, you can shoot the text a question for me. I will answer.
Good to know.
Thank you.
Or voice, you can record voice, and I will answer. I mean, it's something that like really you need to. It could be 2 seconds for me to answer, but it will. You don't need to wait for Saturday. Like describe the situation and ask me what would you do. Something like that. Okay, can I talk for a few minutes with Luz?
Yes.
Luz,
Yeah.
right? Did I
Yeah.
pronounce?
Hi, Alex.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm great, thanks. Where are you located, Luz?
I'm in Honduras.
Nice, nice. That's the biggest strength you have, Bernard. One of the biggest strengths that you have people outside of United States.
Thank you.
That
Yeah.
everybody.
Even Zoe is from Honduras as well. Basically, all my core team is overseas. Only operational here in the U.S. because they cannot do pizzas in Honduras.
Yeah, from my experience, people overseas more hungrier. I mean, they want to grow more than in the United States. It's much more difficult to find people. Possible, but much more difficult, and they're much more expensive. The people with the passion, with ambition, with IQ.
Yes, normally it's you're talking about 10, 15 times higher the price for that particular position still.
Yes, yes, yes. So tell me, Luz, what's your goal? What's your responsibilities?
Well, by now, as we were talking with Bernard, we are changing all the strategy for social media. We are focused on getting better rankings on SEO. I have been taking a webinar of restaurant growth, so I have a lot of new knowledge that I would love to bring it on to Pizza Pizzas, so we can get more tickets, new customers, second visits as well. We would love to get with Wesley help as well if we can to get influencers. so we can go ahead and use that on our socials as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you, Bernard, do you spend money on Google PPC?
Yes, yes, we
Price
do.
per click? What's your budget?
Our budget was $4,700, so 4,700 a month, and we decreased it to no, sorry, we were spending $6,000 a month, and we decreased it to 4,500. That's what.
On Google PPC,
Yes.
not including SEO.
No, no, just Google PPC. Right
Okay.
now it's 4,500.
And who is doing this for you? Agency?
Yes.
And how long you work
I've
with
worked
this?
with them. Yeah,
Yes.
we've been working with them for about 3 years now.
Mhm. Are you happy with the results?
So far, yes. But
Is agency from America or from
Mexico.
Mhm. I use one agency for many years. They handle all my restaurants.
Mhm.
They're doing terrific job on PPC. So if you guys need the
Yes,
content, I can introduce you to the owner.
I would love to.
They have amazing results. I tried many different. They always have double the results at least.
Okay. Yeah, we would love to try them.
But only focus on Google PPC. Only they're like focusing on Google PPC, nothing else. Not SEO, not TikTok, not Facebook. Only Google PPC.
Okay. Yeah. Because right now we have the way we have it. We have a clean social for SEO. We have a nomads for our website, for our social media, and for our Google PPC as well. We have the POS that should be feeding the information to to Google PPC to see how many people go there and the tracking code and the pixel and all that. We were having a lot of problems, and we have been back and forth since we hired Luz almost a month now with the POS company in order to get that link to work properly. Because the problem right now, Alex, is that we spend that money. We know how many people go to our website, how many click the order online, but that's about it. We don't know how many complete the checkout, what was the amount of the ticket that they spent on the checkout. So we need that piece of information to know our conversion rate. And if the ad is making, I mean, if I put in $1 and it gives me 7, I'll triple that number right away, right? And if it starts decreasing, then I start adjusting the budget. But we're missing that piece of information.
When I start scaling company, number one, my number one focus is informational system. So when I bought this 10 restaurants in 2016, sushi restaurants, before starting scaling, I focused first couple of months on informational system. I opened 40 new locations, 40 restaurants in first year. But most of them I opened from months 3 or 4 to 12, from April to, because you cannot start scaling unless you have all the numbers real time. You know everything. Imagine you a pilot in the airplane at night. You don't see anything. The only you can only understand where you're located is by the numbers on the screen. So if numbers are wrong, it's so dangerous.
Yes, that's why we decreased the budget, and we have seen an increase of sales because of the season. So that tells us right there that we were just over budget, right? Even without having the proper connection and knowing that number specifically. That's what the trend is telling me. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. But yeah, it's just getting a few things right now. We have, remember 3 weeks ago we were talking and I told you I don't feel ready to open the third location.
Mm-hmm.
Now I feel more than ready. There's just a few things that I need to. The confidence level have rise a lot, and there's just a few things that I'm missing. Right, there's just a few things that I need to fix at these two, and then we're gonna be ready. Because even our second location, with the different approach that we're having, we're seeing different results, and our sales are starting to increase. Right, while keeping our costs just the same. And our new head chef is going to help us bring new stuff, develop new dishes, keep people coming or wanting to come back, you know. So by creating new recipes that we're going to be rolling out on a monthly basis, new flavors and stuff, we're expecting to bring more of the passive into active customers, because there's something new for you to try. Come try it. And so we're looking for that, and we need to figure out the numbers to track it properly and see if we double down on that or not. So it looks very interesting, very exciting.
Very, very, very good. Next time, please, I want you to show me the numbers on each restaurant.
Okay.
I want you to show me the numbers. I want you to hear your analysis of the numbers.
Okay.
And list of action plan, result, analysis, action. I want to see how you analyze numbers. It's the most important is to correct analysis of the numbers, to see the numbers, then analyze, and then deciding what to do. That's the main job of the manager.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Would you want them the same way I always have presented them, and the Excel?
Can you repeat that, please?
You want the numbers the same way I presented to you last time when we first talked?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will make corrections on the numbers. What else you should what I will tell you what numbers you don't have that you need to add. Then I will help you to analyze it better.
Okay.
And make a better decision based on the analysis.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Great. Nice to meet you, Luz. And Joe Hernandez is also from your team, right, Bernard?
Yes, Zoe. Yeah.
Joy and hi, Joy.
Hi, my name is Zoe.
Okay.
Like Z-O-E.
And how do you pronounce?
Zoe.
Zoe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
In Russian, we have Zoya name. Zoya.
Oh,
so
interesting.
It's similar. And you're responsible for operation?
I'm responsible of the call center.
Call center. Director of call center.
Yes.
How many people in call center you have?
There are actually around 7 to 8 people.
8?
Yeah.
Also, Bernard, if you need, I have my director of call center. He was managing at peak 500. We had 500 people in taking orders.
Yeah.
So if you need consultation, I can connect.
Yes.
His English is not so good, I think.
Doesn't matter.
But
There's a translation now.
but maybe you can do in writing or translation if you need. He's like he knows everything. So
Yeah.
he was managing our call center, 500 people. The
Yeah.
same business.
I would love to do that.
He has all the metrics, everything. I can connect you with him, but you decide separately with him how much you're gonna pay him for consultation. But it's worth it to take a couple of lessons from him.
Yes, we will do. We will definitely do that, and as well as the company for the Google PPC.
Yeah, you just write me after the lesson. I will connect you with those guys.
Will do, Alex. Thank you.
Mhm. So what's Zoe? What's the main metrics you have? Main KPIs, main goals.
So the main goals, as Bernard just said, we are trying to get more people's information by getting their emails, phone numbers, right? So as the part of marketing as well, we can get to through their email and phone number, get them some rewards so they could come and see that they are members and they have promotions or stuff. So we basically want to get them a better experience as well by getting just a as quick as a call to just place an order, to give them the best service we can, and to them to know that we're a good service call center, of the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And so it could take them like less than 4 minutes to place an order and to pick up them in around 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically.
So my Bernard, my guy, who was in charge of calls, he has different position in the company right now under a new CEO, but I'm sure he can find a couple of hours to help you if you need. He knows exactly perfect way how everything's supposed to work.
Yes.
So instead of reinventing the wheel, he can show you.
Show us the path.
Show you, yeah, all the Excel. I mean, everything that you need to track and how it's supposed to be done.
Yes.
We had probably the best call center in the Europe. In Europe, I mean, I know the big call centers, other call centers, not only in the food business. My goal when I was a CEO, for some reason, I had this goal to be a best in the best, maybe in the world, the best in the world call center. Because it's for me, it's very easy. It's so specific. It's, I mean, every conversation is recorded. You have quality assurance. You can score every conversation. You know how many seconds it took before we pick up the phone. So I remember I made a goal 3 seconds on average. So we achieved this goal 3 seconds on average when the client was calling to pick up the phone. Hello, this may I take your order, and on average, meaning that some phone calls 1 second, some calls 5 seconds on average, we achieved this goal. So many things like that we did.
Yes, and right now, I mean, our goal, we had a little bit of a problem with the POS. This is the only POS that support call center activity that works in the US and that will let you do transactions overseas because of they call it PCI compliance, right? This is the only one that we found that works. There's a little bit of a latency. So whenever you click something, it takes about 7 seconds to pop up the next window. It's a little bit of a problem. That's why we have up to 4 minutes to take the call, right? In order to do it good enough, right? Whenever the customer doesn't want to just duplicate the order, but wants to give you a brand new order and wants to do delivery and the address and double check the address. So that's why Zoe as well can we can share the QA that we have. We listen 3 calls of each guy that work every day. So if today worked for 4 guys, we listen 3 calls of each and do a QA on the calls. And since the call center, once we do the 7 steps, because Zoe does the 7 steps for the call center as well. Once we do the 7 step, we realized they were only working like 1/7 of the time they were there, right? Because we don't get too much phone calls because we don't have too many stores. So the volume is not there yet, right? But it makes sense for us economically still. We save a few percentages. So now they are our controllers as well. And they are the ones reporting me. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to see it or not. But Zoe, they report to Zoe, and Zoe sends me the report, and they're like, okay, this guy is not using the cheese scale, and these guys not using the scoops. They're not in uniforms and all these things. And now the guys at the restaurant know. And ever since we did that, Alex, automatically, like 98% of the time, people are using the cheese scale. 70% of the time they're using the scoops. We're working on getting that number better, right? But like 98% of the time using the cheese scale now. I mean, right, we're going to be saving so much money. It's unbelievable, though, because just by having that, and now the call center, when they're not doing that, they're watching like a hawk the cameras. They have 2 monitors, one for
We have
taking.
2 positions, call center and quality control.
Yeah, for the same price.
Right, right.
For right now, right? Eventually, once we start getting bigger, we have to divide that.
Of course, of course. So, Zoe, are you using 7-step system? Started to use this system?
Yes. I do it daily with the calls. I evaluate each
So
of them.
you evaluate every employee daily, previous day,
Yes.
using this 7-step system, and then you make decision what has to be done tomorrow.
Yes.
How do you like the system?
Actually, it's very efficient because I could have like a really straight number, like a efficient number, so I could work for the next day and tell the people what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong, and to get them help to be a better at what they do.
Great, I'm happy that you like it. That's the system I came up with my 31 years of experience. Because the most difficult is to create something simple. It's very easy to create something difficult, but it's very difficult to create something simple. So I think that this is the simplest possible system, which is very, very good. It's transparent. You see everything. You analyze the effort. You analyze results. Not only most of the system they focus on results, but you have to analyze the effort, what people are doing, and then result. Always effort, result, effort, result. So this system is first 3 steps: effort. You analyzing effort, and then you analyzing next 3. You analyzing results. Because the categorization of an employee, it's a result. It's what's in your mind, the result. This is the first category, second category, third category, fourth or fifth. It's a result. And then step 7 is list of action for tomorrow. So the simplest, but trust me, it took me, I love management so much, took me 31 years to create this system. So use it. It's just you would feel that it's under your control. You will sleep much better at night. Plus, all your people, they will know exactly what you think about them every day. That there is no surprises. So give them constant feedback. Feedback is the breakfast for champions. Feedback is the most important. So you have to create the feedback, honest feedback culture daily, not like monthly evaluation, quarterly evaluation, daily, like a good coach of the football team gives constant feedback, good, bad. That's or music teacher or constant feedback. I don't remember for the last many years when I fired somebody, because I give constant feedback every day. So if the person feels that I'm not happy, he quits himself or herself. Understand? Never fired. I don't remember when I last time fired, because if I'm not happy, I tell them I'm not happy, and if they feel that they're not able to change, they feel ashamed and they quit themselves.
Yeah, that's what I would like to ask, but you just answered my question. I was going to ask, what's like for you, what's like a period of time that I could uh, feedback the person to try to understand, and why is that, why if that person doesn't do right their job and they don't quit, what should I do
Oh,
next?
if they don't quit, of course you fire. I'm talking about high level people that under me. They're very high level. They cannot work if the boss is unhappy. But the specialists, obviously, if you're not firing them, and even if you're not happy, if you keep them, they will be worked. But you have to have in company, you have to have a system. I call it pressure. I explained few lessons before, right? Like management is the gentle pressure. So if you have if you have categorization, 5 categories of employees, and then you have a company rule that number 4, number 5 we fire immediately. So we don't have 4, 5. First, company culture is, and company rule is to evaluate everybody every day. Using the 7 steps. I'm talking about specialists, not managers. Using 7 steps, you have evaluation every day, right? That's the first business process. You evaluate. Second, 4, 5, fire. Then you have 1, 2, 3. 1 is stars. Second is lazy people, but they get good results. Also, don't bother them. Keep them in the company for now, because they get good conversions, good average check, good result, but lazy. Don't want to work 8 hours, want to work 4 hours. Okay, so come pay them for 4 hours. But when they on the phone or whatever they're doing, they get great results. And then you have category number 3, bad results, but because you didn't teach them yet, they didn't have full training. So then focus on number 3, because number 3, they will become number 1 in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, but 3 become 1. They don't become 2 because they're already hardworking. But you have to identify every day number 4, not result, don't have results, working hard. Working hard is not enough to be on the team. Only you can be on the team if you work hard and have a good results. It's category number 1. Or you work hard and you have bad results, but not your fault because we didn't teach you yet. Then you can be on the team. But if you work hard, not have good results, not enough results during the substantial period of time, let's say 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, that's already, then the reason is if person is working hard, not having good results and already trained, probably not smart enough to be. That's the reason. We don't need this kind of people on the team because business is a sport. We operate exactly like a sports team. We need the best. We need people who get results. So that's this 7-step system is a gentle pressure because you evaluate every day and then you have a company policy number 4, number 5 we don't have on the team. And evaluation is honest because we have also controllers. If the manager gives the higher number that's supposed to be, you have controller who say no, this is not right. This is not 3. This is number 4. This is not 1. This is. It's very simple. So you have policy that you don't have 4, 5. Also, you teach a lot people who are category 3, but you identify first and then you teach. You praise number 1 and you keep number 2, you leave them alone. Okay, you lazy? Fine. For now. But we don't have enough number 1, so for now you're fine. You don't tell them that, but you just don't leave them alone. Let them give you good performance, make you profit, but make them work part-time, not full-time. Very simple. I'm happy, Zoe, that you like the 7-step system, because if you like the 7-step system, that's it. You will be a great mentor. There is no other way, because every day you're doing this loop: result, analysis, action, result, analysis, action, result, and it will be like upward spiral, better and better and better and better. And you report directly to Bernard, right? So Bernard, as an M2, your job, Bernard, is to evaluate Zoe's decisions. Okay. First, your job, Bernard, that the system is working. Zoe is managing the system, 7-step system, right?
Yes.
It's already working. But now you see what you on the meeting, you see what decisions Zoe makes and help her, teach her to make better decisions based on the evaluation of the information. Work on the better information with Zoe, better evaluation of the information, and better decision. 3 steps. You remember 3 steps? My philosophy is 3 steps, but then it goes to 7-step system. 3 steps is result, analysis, action. Result, analysis, action. It's philosophy of management. But then I created 7-step system, exact system. But it's based on the three part: result, analysis, action. So well, in the meeting with Zoe, always keep in mind that help her to have to have information, 360-degree information. So you measure everything. You measure weight, you measure blood pressure, you measure everything that needs to be measured daily. You measure. You understand, right?
Yes.
Business is like a person. Business always sick. There is no healthy business. You have to treat business every day. Something is sick. Some number is sick. Either blood pressure or cholesterol or weight or. You understand the analogy?
Yes, I do.
And Zoe is a doctor treating the numbers, treating the patient. So you measure, but you have to measure everything 360 degrees, not only weight. Weight is not enough. What about blood pressure? What about this? What about that? Many. So do this, always work, always keep working, keep improving the KPI, KPIs, what you measure.
Yes.
I always very happy. What makes me happy during the day? When I come up with a new thing to measure. Oh, I need to measure this. Wow, I start measuring, and if I measure, I can improve. If I'm not measuring, I cannot improve. Understand, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So
Whatever.
you work with Zoe on measuring, 360 measuring. So more and more, you measure this, you measure that, you measure this, you measure all the nuances.
Yes. Next week we're gonna bring the same people on board, and I'm gonna have Zoe
Show what you
show-
measure. And if you
show.
talk to my guy he was in charge of 500 of my call center when I was a CEO, he will show you what we were measuring.
Yeah, which is gonna be very nice. It's gonna help us grow faster.
Yeah.
But
So again, you focus on improving with Zoe, improving the what you're measuring. Then you help Zoe to analyze deeper, which is the most difficult. Analyze. What does it mean? What this number means? Is it good or bad? And the deeper you analyze, the better you would be able to make better decisions. What to do next? How to fix it?
yes, we're gonna work on that. Next week, I'll have Zoe show us the 7-step, the way we currently do it. Like
Yeah.
I mentioned,
And
we're
I want next week Zoe to show, and you talk to her, and I will listen. I will play the role of M3, watching how M2 you work with M1, and I will make some corrections.
thank you. Yeah, and what numbers or what things would you like to see from our marketing department next week as well? And we can just show you everything. Number one, I'll show you.
Show me what's the most important numbers you measuring in marketing.
Okay.
What's your top 5, top 10, whatever. Show me how you do it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then what's the analysis of those numbers, and then actions.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll show
Always in every department, Bernard, always you have to create this three-step approach: result, analysis, action in every department.
your department. Okay.
And 7-step is a specific system of using three, I don't even know how to say in English, 3-step philosophy of management: result, analysis, action, specifically with the M1S. This 7-step only for managing specialists. Remember I explained?
Yeah.
When you talk to managers, it's different. It's a result, analysis, and action. It's 3 steps. But the 7-step is the best way to manage specialists. And specialists, 90% of the company.
Yeah.
90%. So if you learn 7-step, you perfectly managing 90% of the stuff.
Yes. So yeah, because right now, let's say for instance, Zoe is M1. She manages everything. Luz is M1, but she doesn't manage people. She manages agencies, right? Which is
Right. If she's managing agencies, it has to be three-step: result, analysis, action.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
she's not managing the effort. You cannot manage the effort
Yeah.
of outsourced people.
Yeah.
Only you can manage effort. You can manage effort and measure effort of the people that you pay them salary. If you don't pay salary, you only measure results.
Yeah, it's kind of like the chef right now, because we won't be able to afford a head chef full time, right? At this point in time, and he currently has a position at Cisco. So he's just gonna come on a weekly basis, maybe one day a week, try some dishes, create these things, cost them out for us, and just give it to us, basically. So it's gonna be kind of like a contractor if you put it in context. But the moment we're able to grow things, I'm gonna be very actively looking to get somebody full time, because right now that makes the most financial sense for us to have somebody that comes in, knows already our menu, because he's the one that sells us everything. So it's very excited. He was a corporate chef for multiple restaurants in the Seattle area, so he will be able to know how to create that.
Your staff, they're wearing the shirt that you're wearing right now?
No, this is for managers only. They use a red one.
I love the shirt.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, my staff uses a different one. They use a red one. So we have a red for like the specialist and delivery driver. We have a gray one, very nice one as well, for assistant managers, and this is only for managers, so that people are.
But the best looking should be for specialists, because
Oh,
best looking should be for the people who connect with the customer.
oh, okay,
Customers should see the best shirts.
okay.
Because this one is very good looking. I hope that your staff is wearing shirts like that.
Yeah. So I'm next call. I'm gonna also include, and I'll send you. I'll send it over here to the group chat. How everybody, what is everybody wearing, right? I'll show you, and then if there's any feedback, you can.
I'm not very good with the. I'm not a designer. I just feel.
Yeah.
I like this shirt. So right away it came to my mind. I hope that clients see this shirt because it's beautiful.
Okay.
Maybe the other shirt is even better. I don't know. But
No,
you
it's not
have to.
bad.
You have to decide.
Yeah, it's not better. It's look good looking though. It's very
It
nice.
has to be the best. It's a branding.
Okay, we'll work on that. Thank you, Alex.
Okay, guys. Okay, Bernard. Wesley.
Yeah. So for previous week, our global was only global weekly sales was only $800 more than the previous week, because our second location, we're understaffed on Monday, and Anna's parents got into a car accident, so we closed for 3 hours.
Who had
So
a car accident?
Anna's parents.
Anna's parents. And why you had to close the?
Because we were understaffed already, and she was working as
Yeah, I see.
Mhm.
So you just turn off. You turn off from aggregators. Nobody saw in.
Right.
Okay.
So that there's a decrease there, and weathers in Chicago is getting nicer, and it's a holiday, and we took a hit there as well. But it's good to see, even with the downward.
The better weather, the less orders.
Yeah, we're inverse compared to the traditional restaurants. So initially, when starts,
So
that's when we
during
see
the
it.
summer you have less.
Initially, when it gets warmer, like the first day when it gets warmer, people want to go out right away. Once in the summer, it gets back to normal. Like once they get used to the nice weather, it's kind of like a celebration.
Right. I understand.
We don't do well in
Yeah,
celebration.
we have the same thing in in our sushi restaurants. Yes. Okay.
The same thing.
Yes. First couple of days when it's
Hmm.
when it's warmer, people go out and eating outside, and then they start ordering again.
Yeah, but it was good to see that our numbers are in the same trajectory. Our second location numbers previous week was 156 orders. This week was 148. It did fall down a little, but it was fighting against the wave. So it's good to see that it's still holding up. In terms of,
But for 148, it's approximately 12K profit.
correct.
Yes.
And I dug deeper into what's our customer return rate into our brands, and we got some pretty results. Last 7 days, at least on the aggregators, 50% was new customers and 50% were returning customers.
You're talking about both locations or only second one?
Only second location.
Second location, already 50% are returning?
Yeah, last 7 days.
Wow, it's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
What about first location?
First location.
That's important.
For Uber, at least. I'm looking at Uber data.
Probably is the same. Uber. Uber is what's the percentage from all the orders? Uber.
All the orders around it's like the 38, 35%.
35 Uber.
Around 35. Grubhub is the lowest one.
DoorDash is also 35.
Correct.
So they're about the same, Uber and DoorDash.
Correct.
And who is the third?
Grubhub is the lowest.
Grubhub. Yeah, you told me.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the percent?
For Grubhub? Grubhub is around 10%.
Okay, so what are the numbers on Uber on return?
For the first location, the return rate is 75%, and new customers only 25%.
Great. That's numbers I have in my chain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
25-30% new and 75 return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with these numbers, that's why we're going to scale marketing, because it shows that we don't have to do much on the product, and just it's easier to fix marketing than to fix product.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, write it down. One very important idea. You have to bet heavily if something is working. It's so rare in business when you find something is working. But if you did find that something working, don't think that it happens all the time in business. You need to bet heavily. If you saw that influencers are working, bet heavily, because it doesn't mean that it will work in a year from now. I'm doing business 31 years. I saw something is working great today, stopped working 6 months from now. Something new is working, stop working 1 year from now. Don't think that's gonna work all the time. But that's amazing that already from 150 per day customers, already 75 are buying again.
Yep. So yeah.
So it means that you have 75 new customers. So they're not giving you the numbers, but they're giving you overall information, right?
So this is what I'm seeing.
They don't give you the specific telephone numbers of the people,
right?
But they give you the information. That's good enough.
Right. So this is what I'm seeing for the last 7 days for our second location. New customers is 193. Occasional.
Show me. I don't see with the mouse.
Okay, right here. New customers 193. Just for Uber.
I see your mouse. Oh yeah, now I see mouse.
And occasional is customer who order 1 or 2 times in the 90 days. That's 63.
So 193 less 7 days, right? 193 It's 27. It's the first location.
Second location.
Sorry, second location. 27 customers per day. 193 divided by 7.
Yeah, I believe so.
20 per day new.
Mhm.
Second location. I don't understand. You said that 150 orders per day you have approximately.
This is only for Uber. Uber
Oh,
Eats.
sorry, this is only for Uber, right?
Mhm.
So this is 193 and 63 occasional. So this is not 50-50.
So frequent is customers who order more than 3 times, and that's
Oh, so it's 63 plus 191, 121.
right. So
I
that's
see. So it's about 50-50. So you have 27. Okay. So what I see that if the numbers are almost the same, and I assume they're the same in other DoorDash and Grab, it means that we have 75 new customers per day in the second location. This is great number. Remember I told you in my restaurants, if I had 20 new customers per day, it's a success. 25 new customers, second restaurant. Okay, let's see the first one. You have 400 transactions per day, right?
for Uber.
No, all together.
Yep, 400.
425 new. So you have 100 every day. You have 100 new customers on the first location.
Well, this is the last some days. What?
So if logic, if 400 per day and 25% is a new customer since 75 is old, you have 400 orders. It means that 100 orders you have of new customers.
Correct. Close to those numbers. Because Uber is 32, and it's making DoorDash, Grubhub, and Square.
Assuming, it should be the same numbers. I mean, plus minus. So this is great. That it means that the first location will keep growing.
That's the goal. Yep.
Is it growing?
Yes.
Can you show me first location, apple to apple, March to March, last March, this March, last February, this February?
Last February, this.
Orders per day. I need this number, the most important number.
I have sales, because we include catering sales as well.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So February, it's for the first location is 290.
290. Last February.
Last February.
What about this February?
Last February was 200.
200. So 290 divided by 14% growth.
40?
14. No, sorry, 45%, right? 45%.
Right.
100 plus 45%. Yes, 45%. That's excellent. It looks like it's gonna keep growing because we have 100 new clients per day. Because they will, most of them will become
Returning customers.
return customers. Very good. Very good number. And already 75 we have on the
Quiero
second.
huevos en torta con jamón, frijoles y aguacate.
Oh, we need to turn off the mute, Elena. Mute. Thank you. Okay, everything looks very healthy. So the second location we need to hit also 100.
Correct.
So basically, the goal, Wesley, should be on each new location. As soon, so you have to do the tattoo 100.
Okay.
This is the main number. 100 new customers per day on each location. That's it. And you're already very close on the second location to 100. You have 75. You need to 25 more. You will have 100. It means that few years from now, this location will also do $3.5 million revenue. Understand logic?
Yes.
This is so if you use heavily influencers and you will achieve 100. You don't use Google AdWords, right?
We do, but not great. We're not good at it. The ROAS isn't great.
You can try the guy that I'm recommending.
Okay.
He gives us. We have the same business, delivery business.
Mm-hmm.
He gives us great results in Eastern Europe. Tell me how was your work with Irina?
It was good.
The language barrier. How did you do with the language barrier?
I would say I can capture 80% with the translate.
How does it work? She speaks Russian and somebody translating in English. How does it work?
Google Meet translates for me. I pay for the enterprise, so there's live translate.
So she speaks Russian and you hear her in English?
I read in English.
Oh, you read what she's saying in English right away.
Right.
And I need to see this to make sure that because I understand both languages, I will see whether it's a good translation.
I don't think my note taker records translation because the note taker is on a different account, but my screen translated it.
But she speaks in Russian, right?
Yes, but sometimes she says English words when it doesn't translate well.
You speak to her in English, and she also sees the translation.
I believe so. She understands me.
She knows exactly what needs to be done in. She was a CFO of the whole business. That's great that you work with her. Just a second. What is calling? I'm gonna tell her.
Guys, one quick thing, if you guys hear me. Since I moved the meeting back to 11 o'clock, 11:30 Eastern, everyone now has to confirm on their Google Calendar and click yes that they're showing up for it to pop up on your Google Calendar. One more time.
Okay. So the Google PPC, Google could be source of also source of. So focus on 100, and thanks. That's very good that the aggregator give this information, so we know exactly how many new clients. And DoorDash, they're not sharing this information, or you just didn't ask them?
They do. It's just not as it's because it's not apples to apples. Because they give you a timeline. Uber does like last 7 days. DoorDash only could do last month. So that information like you can't really compare the two.
So create a report, Wesley, every week. We need to see in Excel sheet. This week we had assume that numbers that are in Uber as the same. So we had 75 this week, new clients per day. Next week 80, next week 82, whatever. So I want to see every week how many new clients we have per week, assuming using the Uber statistic and applying the same percent. But it already for sure this kitchen will grow because now we have, you understand why? Because now we have 50-50 and will grow to, and it will grow to 75. The 75 will become 25. So 75, if we will continue to have 75 new orders, 75 is 25%. So it means that we will grow to 75 divided by 25. It will grow to 300 orders per day already for sure. If we keep 75, understand the logic?
Yeah, the math, yeah. Exponential.
Just takes time because very, very healthy numbers. Okay, what do you have any questions for me?
No immediate questions. I guess since we talked about showing everyone showing the influencer, I can do a quick rundown on what we do on how we get influencers, so everyone can get an idea.
Yes, please.
We want to do that.
If you can show now, super.
So what we do is my marketing guy gets a list of people that he finds to send out DMs to. The first message is something along these lines. I let him use my name, just it's a cold email essentially. And once they respond, what we usually do is just send them a script with a creator brief that we create for them to just to look at to see what we're looking for, so we don't have to have that kind of communication. And this is kind of what it looks like, of like welcome creators, the campaign overview, what we're looking for, content, spotlight, what our brand is, like what message we want to convey. And it's just a guideline for the creators of what we want, like tone, must include, what you can't do, and stuff like that. So it really depends on your brand. Once we get to that point, our marketing guy, asks for like data like this, right? We want to see, the most important thing we really want to see is how much of the views are in our city, right? A good range for us is like 20 to 50%, 50% high for influencers. Usually it doesn't go over this number in terms of like their reach or their audience. And with all this information in, next thing we do is just plug it into our chart of what their, this is last week. What the minimum impressions for the last 16 posts. So we'll just go to their account and look for, go on Reels and just look for the lowest impressions, the I. So this one is 154,000. We're trying to look for the lowest one because we want to reduce all the risk in having the lowest posts. So this is a little updated. So what we put here was 18,000, and we found a post that was like, it was this post. It was 13,500, 13,500, and if it fits within our number, we'll work with them. And I set that range with our marketing, what we're okay going over in terms of budget. And once we do that, we just set the price. We ask them for a price too of what they're looking for. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions?
So again, I missed first minute. You write them DM on the Instagram, right?
Right.
But how do you find who to write DM to?
So that's the marketing guy. He finds. I set a criteria of like how many followers we want, and I guess it's just easy to find once you follow someone.
But how you can find in Chicago the potential people?
So what you want to do is find one that you know is in Chicago, and then you follow them, and it'll show you a list of people here that you can follow. So we go with this person, and then we go down the same route of.
Oh, it shows the similar people like this, right?
Similar people, and usually that's how you find the people.
Wow. And then you start writing them DM.
Correct.
And show me again the message. I missed first 30 seconds. The message, what you write them.
Wesley, do you have a specific framework that you follow for the messages, or is it personalized depending on who you're reaching out to?
Our marketing guy's been using ChatGPT just to like create a list, and he's just copy and pasting based off their profile. It just gives us a sense of, we're just trying to get a response.
Yeah. Do you screenshot their profile and upload it into GPT?
I think we give them an Excel with just their handle, and ChatGPT is able to figure out what they do.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just the intro, get a response, and then we say what we're doing, and then we include a brief of to-dos and not to-dos and our expectations.
Can you show the brief just? Okay. And then do you talk to them, or everything is done with the messages?
When they come in person, my marketing guy handles the payment, knows what food they want, and then he interacts with them. I don't come in contact with them anymore.
No, not you. I'm talking about your team.
Yeah, we talk to them.
What do you mean come in person? They come to the kitchen?
They come to the location and we give them the food.
Why not delivering them food? Why they need to come?
Because we don't have our own delivery, and we pay them in check because they want quick pay, but we don't have quick pay for our business, so we just write them check and we hand them over a check, and they're okay with that. And they can also record some footage at the space as well.
How many altogether you already? With how many influencers you already made collaboration?
So all this with dates is just for this month. Last month is this.
So how many?
We don't really try to count how many. I can count, but we try to shoot for minimum lowest impression of like 30,000. The person might yield 30,000, and that'll kind of eat up our budget. But it's really not how many people, but how many impressions.
So basically, I see you pay 250, 750, 400. It's a different.
Right.
And do you negotiate with them, or they tell the price and you tell them how much maximum you can pay?
My marketing guy likes negotiating, but I told him let's capture everyone because it's pretty cheap compared to still everything. I just wanted to move fast and capture everyone as much as possible. Negotiating takes more time.
Right. Very smart.
I have a
Okay.
quick question if you don't
Yes,
mind.
yes.
Also, I think Frank has one as well.
And then Frank has question also.
Yeah, Frank also has one. Wesley, about them coming to the location and recording a video that way.
Mhm.
If they come and they, let's say, come for pickup, right? And they record that as their experience.
Mhm.
Don't you think that customers will also likely pick up? Like for the people that want deliveries, maybe it's also makes sense to make like the videos that come to them like, hey, I just placed an order for delivery. It's like the customer journey and they feel like they're the influencer and they
Yeah.
want to have that same experience that the influencer had.
Yeah, we thought about that, and we did one delivery, just for bigger influencers, because my marketing guy costs money. I don't want him driving to every single place and handing the check
Yeah.
because it's cost inefficient. But like for bigger influencers, I think there's one we paid 3,000 to yesterday, with 500,000 followers. Minimum impression was I think 50,000 for the last 16 posts, and I made him deliver to them just for that delivery experience. So we're testing that out as well.
But can you just send them? Why can't you just place the order for them and pay for them and deliver to their house?
Oh, we can do that. Yeah, we can test that out.
Basically, always
payment.
you give them free food and pay money, right?
Right.
So okay. Yes, Frank.
Yes. My question is, there's any way you can measure, how many orders they bring? Do they have like a coupon or something? They say, mention my name. They give you a discount or something?
Yeah, that's the hard part in the decision we're making. We don't like giving discounts. So it's just us measuring global growth. But yeah, you can definitely make influencers do that as well, where you give them a code. I don't know what the redeem rate is because we never tried it, but that's definitely a way to track how many sales they're bringing in.
Okay, so you don't know which one is the one that bring you more customers, for example.
No, we're just tracking weekly.
Just global. Sales.
Yeah, cost and then.
Okay.
Do you send them to aggregators through the influencers or to your own website?
We don't discriminate. We don't try to force.
Whatever. Just they tell about brand and
right.
They tell that they order on Uber or what they say in the advertisement.
On the brief, I think. We just.
Wesley, is it a mandatory thing to collaborate on the post with you, or they just have to tag you guys?
We tested one out where they didn't want to do collaboration initially, because it'll hurt their followers. But that one got us the most followers. So most people are willing to collaborate, right?
Are willing or not willing?
Willing. So 19 out of 20 people were okay. They tag you in the collaborator without even asking.
And then you get followers.
Yeah, the one without the tag and collaborator, we got the most followers, which was interesting.
I understand. Without the one without collaboration,
right?
But they found you. They put your name.
Yeah, they tagged us, but they didn't make us a collaborator. So collaborators is when it's this and bowls of rice.
It's a new feature on Instagram that allows both accounts to post one video.
So yeah, we kind of give them creative control, but it's just showing the product.
But do they show you the video before they post?
They show the marketing guy. We don't control it too much. When we started, we try to control it, and the results weren't as good because they know what works and we really don't.
Oh, so you give them the.
Yeah, our the only metric is we're trying to shoot for the most impression, and we test different things to shoot for the most impressions.
It doesn't matter what type of influencer, health, money, business, doesn't matter as long as he has or she has a lot of followers.
Right. But obviously, with certain people, the cost per impression is going to be different. Let's say we're looking for people who are looking for influencers that only do Indian food. The results aren't going to be as good naturally because their audience isn't going to relate too much. And then over time, we look at all the influencers we worked with and see what results they're looking for, and then we start targeting those more. Kind of like last week we talked about how certain demographic responded well, so we're targeting more of those demographic influencers. So we're kind of gathering information and improving it along the way.
Right, and in order for you to find out how many followers they have in Chicago area, he has to show you his Instagram. There is no way you can find out without the influencer, right?
I don't think any accurate way, but we do ask them, and if we're paying them,
if they're interested, next question is, please show me how many you have in Chicago, right?
And usually they're willing to. Like, thanks, Sherry. We have a budget for a quote, but we do want to make sure the potential Chicago CPM is within our guardrails. Do you mind sharing how many percentage of your audience is here in Chicago? And then they usually share it. Some people don't share it, and we just don't work with them. There's a lot of people to work with.
Those are like qualified impressions, yeah?
Right.
Interesting. Do you want to work with people recurringly? You want to continue working with people?
Yeah, and that's what we're doing with someone else for this one. This is our second time working with him. And it discounts if you do more posts with them. So that's what we're doing. We're just setting a baseline of the first time. What's the CPM? We find those people, and then we do a recurring relationship. I think we have 4 in the pipeline that are recurring.
So you're paying them less?
Less per post because we're paying more. So it's kind of like
paying more because you saw a lot of impressions and you're willing to pay more?
No, bulk discount. So like 4 posts. So each post is going to cost less.
So you make a deal for the next 4 posts?
Right.
And you offering the collaboration second, third time to people who had a lot of impressions, right?
Yeah, who did well, who had a good cost per impression. So if it's a smaller person who had less impressions, but the cost per impression was good, we'll work with them again. So
the price that you negotiated with them.
Right. So the biggest thing is we're tracking for not impressions, but cost per impression.
And what's your target for 1,000 impressions? How much are you willing to pay?
For 1,000 impressions, we started off with a lower number at $40 per 1,000 impressions. But we've been more aggressive and we want to do more. So I pushed it up to like $70 cost per impression because we're still yielding pretty good return on ad spend. And we're just trying to grow new customers. And with our returning customer numbers, we think it's okay spending a bit more because the lifetime return on ad spend is worth it.
All right.
Wesley, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever think about taking the best performing videos,
mm-hmm.
the actual creative of the video, and running it as a paid advertisement on Meta?
You have to. The influencers want you to pay them for that.
They want paid.
Mm-hmm.
They want extra.
Yeah. So let's say a video, they want to like one person who was charging, I remember, was like only $200 to post. They wanted $300 for the licensing right of the video, and we're like, we don't need it yet, so we dry it up.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's no way to track like clicks and conversion rate from each specific video, right?
I think there is. I don't draw this data. Yeah. So in terms of conversion rate, no, but interaction rates, you can, I think. You can see it through your phone, not on the computer, but you could the marketing guy is able to get cost per share, cost per saved, basic information like this, but we can't really track purchase conversions.
Yeah. Or like cost per unique link click. You can't really track that. They could either go on Uber Eats or they could click the link in your bio.
Right.
Right. Uh-huh. Interesting.
Very good. Thank you very much, Wesley. It was very helpful for everybody.
Thank you, Wesley.
Yep.
Okay,
If anyone
guys.
needs the recording of that moment or the whole entire call, just text me. I'll send over the recording to you.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much, Wesley. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
one, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.